Good evening, everyone. Good evening. That's right. Welcome to the 2022 Fall Sports Awards Night. Our goal tonight in this session is to get awards out for just all league honors and just some things that show our kids are pretty smart. And then we'll do breakout sessions. You should have gotten a program. We'll go over that here just shortly as to where those breakout sessions are. But I want to, first of all, welcome everyone and thank you for being here. I say this every year. Sometimes it sounds like a repeat, so I'm going to throw a different version of it in there. I want to thank, first of all, our kids for all that you guys do and put the time and effort into your seasons. I also want to thank you for those that put the time and effort into your off seasons. Some of you really work hard on, you all work hard, but some work a little extra hard on your craft in different versions of that. And I thank you for that, and it pays off. And I think tonight there'll be a couple of examples of those people that are going to be rewarded for those efforts. But whether you get an award or not tonight, that does not reflect the hard work that you put into it. Also, a thank you to our coaches. People have no idea, unless you've coached, what goes into a season, not just during the months, but in the off season. Whether we agree or disagree with you, or whether we think your philosophy is right or not right, you're giving up your time for our kids, and we appreciate that. In a time that it's hard to find coaches, and not just here at Pickle, but around the state. I was just around some athletic directors from around the state, and everyone is in the same boat, trying to find coaches, but not only just coaches, but good coaches. And I think we have those here at Pick One. I thank you for your time and effort. And lastly, but not least, is our families. Thank you for dropping off, picking up, listening, all the things that it entails to being a parent. Parenting is not easy. It's just not. And so it's hard some nights when we lose. It's great when we win. But even all the in-between things, thank you for all the time and effort that you put into it. Before I get any further, I have a note here to please ask that we silence our cell phones, and that we want to make sure that we get through this pretty quickly and uninterrupted. If anybody else would like to come up and start us off with the Star Spangled Banner? No. Okay, well, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. I want to reach out and just mention how smart our kids are. Pretty smart. Now, 54 kids, 54 get straight A's at a 4.0. That's pretty good. That's really good. At this point in time, you've seen your name in the program. For missing anyone, and if your name is in the 4.0 category, would you please stand? Don't sit down real quick, just stand. I'll let you know when to sit down. If your name's in the program, or 4.0, give them a round of applause. 4.0. Don't stand. What these people did was go to practice, go to games. Sometimes, if you're coming back from Xenia, it's a late night. Getting it done. Homework, tests, papers, all that. Thank you for what you guys put into it. Give them one more round of applause. You may sit down. Along the line of being smart, there were 243 athletes participating this fall season. Of those 243, 173 were scholar athletes. To be a scholar athlete, you have to have a 3.25. That's 73% of a 3.2 or higher. Additionally, again, of the 4.0s that we have, that's 42%. That's why we are Pick One. Give them a round of applause. Again. We are. Woo! Getting juiced up here. here, Mr. Beaker. Tom, I'm fired up. Let's get going. I won't talk to you, Nathan. I'm talking to your uncle. Let's get fired up here. Okay, speaking of awards, the MBL, we are very fortunate to be in a league that we are in. We're in a league of 10, and I sat in with, just recently, a league, our conference athletic directors. And it reminds me often. I read a quote, we're in a month of Thanksgiving. It's November, we're supposed to be grateful. I read something I thought that was very interesting, and it came up indirectly in our league meeting. And it was, oftentimes we complain about the things that we don't get, that we ask for. Take that in, process that for a few seconds. But we often don't thank or grateful for the things that we don't want, that we don't get. And I sit into a league and I listen to a lot of schools complain about various things, about community support, support from parents, support from coaches, support from just community. And Pick was pretty lucky. We have a lot of things that a lot of schools wish they had. And a lot of it comes from the people. So again, I'm grateful for everyone being here and the roles that you play, because without you, we can't be where we are. So, speaking of MBL, let's get right into the awards. Now, the other night, boys soccer jumped the gun for us. They fired the first shot on awards. They did that last Tuesday. Their coaches, or one of their coaches, is out of the country and over the pond. So, they had their team awards, but I do want to recognize them. And if these people are here, we would ask that you please stand and be recognized. Boys soccer, first team, Nathan Beaker. Second team, Josh Heath. Second team, Colin Snyder. Honorable mention, Landon Lawson. And be remiss if we did not mention the athlete of the year, player of the year for the MBL boys soccer, Nathan Beaker. Girls soccer, first team, Cameron Michael Ajeski. Second team, Lexi Burrow. And honorable mention, Audrey Evans and Tori Foster. Congratulations. Girls golf, second team, Izzy Tubman. Boys golf, second team, Sebastian Garabinas. Second team, Richard Price. And honorable mention, Hunter Stanky. Better known as Harold. Only he would get that under that joke. Congratulations, Hunter. Volleyball. Second team, Elizabeth Copsey. Honorable mention, Olivia Anthony. And our final award winners for MBL would be boys cross country. And second team, Braden Holboy. And this gentleman not only did well in the MBL, he also did outstanding at districts, regionals, and represented the Indians at the state cross-country meet this weekend. Finished in the top third, and good news is this guy's got 2 more years and got a crack at it. Sophomore Noah Burr, first team. We are very fortunate, as I mentioned, to talk about living in a community that supports our schools, our kids, and our programs. And we have a new sponsor this year for our Senior Athletes of the Month. This started several years with WPTW, and Pickle Athletics partnered to recognize senior athletes, but then also tagging at the back end of it a scholarship that would give them a chance to put that in a school of their choice when they move on to higher education. So the way this award works is each month there is a female and a male awarded. They will get a certificate, which excites them. But the part that excites them the most is dinner for 4 at 3 Joe's. The parents like the part that at the end there is a scholarship that will be awarded on scholarship night. There will be one female scholarship award for $750, and there will be another one for a male for $750. That will be awarded again on class night. That is voted by the varsity coaches. So at this time, I'd like to bring up those award winners for the month of August. Well, that seems just years ago, doesn't it? It just goes so fast. Female, tennis, Dia Patel and Nathan Beaker, boys soccer. The month of September. He's not here tonight. Football senior Brady Wool. However, this young lady is with us tonight. Our senior Olivia Anthony. Our male is not here tonight. He is Sam Schmeezing. However, our female is for the month of October, Miss Tori Foster. And for the month of November, Jackson Trombley is not here. But I do know this one of the ladies here, Carson Beckstroff, girls golf. We are going to recognize at this time 4-year letter winners. This again is a unique award because to get this, it takes a lot of commitment, not just in your season, again out of your seasons. And that means you would have had to have been playing varsity in some capacity as a freshman. So we're again shown here what the athleticism in here at for our Indians here. A couple of them aren't here, but I would like to just recognize them. If you just stand, you will get your award in your breakout session. In boys golf, I can't, Andy, I want to, but I can't. Drew Hinkle, pizza. No, I can't. Drew, congratulations. I'm sorry. You'll forever be remembered as the guy who did several great things in golf, but the commercial. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go on the YouTube channel at Indian Nation Station and watch the little pizza. Good stuff. Girls cross country, Isabella Murray. Girls soccer, Audrey Evans. Lucky Sider, Rachel Cavender. Girls soccer. Boys soccer, Jordan Slife. And Nathan Beaker. And last but certainly not least in volleyball, 4-year letter. Woman, Jordan Atkins. The presentation of Booster Spirit Awards will be given in your breakout session, so I'm going to let the coaches give those accordingly. We did have some records that were broken this year that were a little different and I want to make sure that we get those recognized. School records, when you break a record anytime, it's special. School records can be a challenge because sometimes the way they keep the records, some sports are a little easier to contract for the years than others, but we've been able to track a little easier through a lot of talk and figuring out some things that coaches have been able to do the last couple of years, and I appreciate the work that they've done on that. But we have 3 individuals that broke records that I'd like to acknowledge at this point. And both of these, all 3 of these have broke not just one, but multiple records. The first one is a junior. Good news about a junior is they are a senior, and they get to come back, and they get to add to this. So actually, this young man has broken 3 records. He's going to get 2 tonight because the third one, he's just going to continue to break his own record. So we will honor him and do that appropriately when that senior year comes. And that is, he has the most saves in a career. So he broke that as a junior. That's pretty good considering the person that record he broke it. But he currently also has most saves in a single game, which is 37. 37 in a game. Shoot, I'd be lucky to get 37 in a career over a 10-year span. And then in a school record in a single season, 354. And as I said, he already has a career, so he's got 3. This guy, if you want to be in a foxhole, you want this guy with you, because I'm telling you, this guy means business. Junior Josh Heath. This next guy, let me tell you. Hey, before I bring this guy, I have to tell you, I don't get into the business of talking about players, or I try to let that to the coaches, but I would be remiss if I did not say that. Adults, keep this in mind. Let them get through law school first. But if I'm telling you, and students, if you have a detention from any of your teachers and you want someone to talk them out of it, the teacher, or negotiate for you, this guy is your man. He has a name, but I call him Clubhouse Lawyer. Because this guy, and he's smooth, and you don't even know, he walked away, I'm like, I think this guy's, he's talking me around the circles here. He's really good at it. But this gentleman had assists record, both for game and season. He had 3 assists in one game, which is a new record, and he had 13 in a season. And we are glad to bring up senior Landon Lawson. By the way, he wrote me a note about 2 weeks ago thanking me for something that I did for him, I guess. And he signed it, Clubhouse Lawyer. That's good. Hey, well, that'll about do it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's one other guy. And if you haven't heard his name once, you probably heard it several times tonight. Every now and again, in my tenure at Pickett, we've given this particular award out only less than a handful of times. In each of the awards that this individual or the individual that gets this award or awards, there's something different about the individual. Something different about the way they play. Something different about the way they approach the game. But it also speaks to the leadership that the person brings on and off of the field, court, or whatever the sport may be. I have seen different leadership styles of all these individuals that we're speaking to. The one thing that I will speak to about this individual is probably the thing that impresses me the most, outside of the fact that this young man can score goals at will, is his humility. One of his teammates in the car, and I tried to trap him, and he was in the car with me, and we were driving, and I said, "So what's Nathan Beaker like? Is he kind of hard to be around?" I kind of said in a joking way. He stopped me and dead stare at me and said, "Oh no, he is the best teammate to be around. He makes you feel like $1,000,000. And again, I wasn't looking for anything. If nothing else, I was trying to find a way to speak bad of him. No one can speak bad of this guy because he lives with humility. I'll say that again. Because he lives with humility. And I'm not saying it's perfect, I'm not putting him on a pedestal saying it. But I'm telling you, the guy puts the time in outside of the sport. But he also is also the first to deflect and give others assists, literally and figuratively. So this gentleman actually has 4 records. He has most goals scored in a game, which up to this point there was a tie for 5. He scored 6 against West Carrollton. I witnessed it myself, so it is true. I watched it. He also scored most goals in a single season at 42. He scored the most goals in a career at 74. The 4th one is he broke the Miami Valley League record for most goals in a season, which was at 33, is now at 42. So what he is going to take home tonight is an award that says that all those things I just mentioned. And he was the Miami Valley Player of the League of the Year. I will say this, and I told him and I told his dad this beforehand, because I didn't want to set him up for failure. In my tenure as athletic director, watching all the sports, generally speaking, the people that win this award are kids that win or first or second in the league. Our team was much more competitive this year, but we were neither in those spots. And for the fact that he wins this over those other 2 teams that were pretty good, says a lot, again, about how people, I think, feel about him as a individual. And I'll quote this, and it'll be the last thing I say about this gentleman. The one coach came up to me, West Carrollton coach came up to me after the game and said to me personally, Chip, can you tell me when your graduation day is? Because I want to make sure that Nathan Beaker is across that stage getting his diploma, because I never want to see him again. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the great and probably the best boys soccer player and soccer player we've ever had at Pickle High School, and he has set the bar, and a bar that we look to strive for. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Beaker. I missed something, and I'd be remiss if I did not mention this about Josh Heath. And I did make a decision on the 11th hour to go ahead and give him this. And Josh, I'll give it to you after we see if I can come up. But here, just so you're where his career record saves. So far, he's at 854. Pretty good, don't you think? Sean, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad. Congratulations. All right. I have done my time, and I know Sean has probably texted me 3 times and told me to stop talking. Just once. Thanks. Okay, we're going to go through make sure everybody knows where you're going on breakout sessions. We got a couple new rooms. Boys golf, want to go to the choir. Boys golf, actually you're going to go to the band room. That's a little change, band room. Girls golf, you're going into the choir room. Please read the notes that Mr. Westfall has put on the door. Please only go in the one door and come out the one door. The one door is broken, and I don't want Westfall in my face tomorrow. Girls soccer, you're going to be in the student union, which for parents is the old library. I think you'll enjoy the aesthetics of that new facility. Volleyball, you'll be in the commons. Tennis, you'll be in the library. And cross country, we're going to keep you right here. Thank you very much. Remember those 3 important words. We